You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Go over to blackwhitenetwork.com. We're running a sale, folks. It's almost graduation time, so we're running our graduation sale. 15% off everything in the merch store, including our new Freedom shirt that we have in the merch store. We have our Black and White Sports 2 hat, our Patriots hats. We have our sports gear. We also have memberships. Just started at $10 per month. You get a 7-day free trial when you actually do sign up. You can save money by getting the annual plan. And also, if you would like to donate to us, you can donate directly to the website. $5, $10, $20, whatever you guys want to give. We do appreciate the support. Well, Black and White sports fans, I remember Stephen A. Smith's first stint at ESPN. This was like 2003 or so. I remember I was in the Navy back then, and I would actually watch ESPN in my apartment, and I thought that Stephen A. Smith was he was out there. There's no doubt about it, guys. He was out there, pretty animated, a loudmouth, just like he is now. But that was actually a part of his personality. But then Stephen A. Smith was let go by ESPN. And Stephen A. Smith eventually was resurrected on ESPN by one Skip Bayless. Remember, guys, Cold Pizza was on the air at ESPN. Very, very popular show. And Skip Bayless was on there. And then they would actually have these debate segments between Skip Bayless and Woody Page. And eventually ESPN started showing these debates, 1st and 10, in like a 30-minute segment. But then the show changed. They dropped the name Cold Pizza and they made it First Take. And eventually Skip Bayless said, I want Stephen A. Smith on this show. And what happened? Stephen A. Smith comes over, and the rest, as they say, is history. That show was very, very popular with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. But we know 10 years ago, 2016, Skip Bayless decided, I'm leaving ESPN. And he hasn't been back on ESPN ever since then. Stephen A., now he's the top guy over there. But he had Matt Kellerman on the show. And we know, because Stephen A. has said himself, he wanted Matt Kellerman the hell off that show. He didn't want to work with Matt Kellerman anymore. And they got rid of Matt, and there's been like a rotating cast of people on there. And of course, Stephen A., he's not in studio all the time because he moved to Florida. Yes, he moved to the free state of Florida, folks. That's his primary home. So he's doing First Take. Mainly like remote. Skip Bayless still in LA, even though he actually left Skip and Shannon. That show ended abruptly, folks. We knew that Skip and Shannon was not going to last at all. Skip Bayless was in charge, and that fallout after the Damar Hamlin situation on Monday Night Football, Shannon Sharpe didn't show up the next day. And we knew it was only going to be a matter of time before that show pretty much ended. Shannon Sharpe ends up leaving. And then, like, not even a year later, Skip Bayless decided to leave the show. So it died. Now, Skip Bayless has been doing his own thing on YouTube. Stephen A. has his Sirius XM show. And they're kind of doing their own thing. But guys, the magic is coming back. At least one show. This Friday, folks, Skip Bayless is returning to ESPN First Take. Yeah, I did not see this coming, folks. Rhodes had just told me about this, so it's happening. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Here we go. So right over here, Skip Bayless will return to ESPN's First Take this week, namely Friday. Now, this is supposed to be like a one-time thing, okay? I'm not sure if this is going to be a one-time thing. Because, folks, we know that Stephen A. while he was trying to get rid of Matt Kellerman, he was in active talks. ESPN was in active talks with Skip Bayless to get him to return to ESPN, even though he was still at Fox Sports. They were going to allow him to stay at Fox Sports, and they wanted him to do a show with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. wanted nothing to do with Matt Kellerman. But eventually, those talks broke down. It did not happen. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was like last year or the year before, Skip Bayless showed up on Stephen A. Smith's show. And they pretty much had like a First Take reunion on YouTube. And it was a lot of fun. It was good. It really is. Now, the timing of Skip Bayless actually returning to the show, maybe it actually has something to do with the Lakers and LeBron James moving into the second round, because they defeated my Houston Rockets in 6 games, even though we didn't have Kevin Durant pretty much the whole series. So maybe, just maybe, they're going to have a debate about LeBron James. And we know that Skip Bayless, not a huge fan of LeBron James. I'm thinking, guys, that the ratings for this show on Friday are probably going to go up, because this is kind of like a throwback to the past. It says here, it's been a long time since Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless teamed up for an episode of sports television. And that's about to change, though. Smith, the star of ESPN's First Take, is set to welcome his old foe back to the airwaves. Bayless, who left ESPN for Fox Sports 1 more than a decade ago, will be returning to the worldwide leader in sports. He'll be doing a special episode of ESPN's First Take on Friday, May the 8th. Is it just a special episode? Right now it is. Bayless hasn't appeared on ESPN since he left the network in 2016. This will be his first appearance back. It's expected to be a one-time thing. Michael McCarthy of Front Office Sports broke the news. Quote, the two deans of Embrace Debate are reuniting. Skip Bayless will join Stephen A. Smith and ESPN First Take this Friday, Front Office Sports has learned. The reunion of the two former TV partners is described as a one-time show. It will be the first time Bayless and Smith have appeared together on ESPN's top-rated morning show since June of 2016. So pretty much, guys, almost 10 years to the date. If you want to get technical, 9 years and 11 months. 9 years and 11 months. Now, at one point, guys, there was a bit of, I guess you could say, controversy between Skip and Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith had came out and said, because he had called Skip Bayless and Skip Bayless wouldn't return his call. I believe that was actually over the Shannon Sharpe thing, if I'm not mistaken. And he's pretty much said, we don't have a relationship. But we know that Stephen A. has spoken very, very highly of Skip Bayless in the past. Called him his brother from another mother. He did that. And eventually, I guess they patched things up. And that's when Skip actually ended up showing up on Stephen A. Smith's podcast. So this should be very interesting, guys. I did not see this coming. And I'm pretty sure that Stephen A. definitely wanted this to happen again. I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, this could be officially the return of Skip Bayless to ESPN on a more permanent basis. Because this is exactly what Stephen A. Smith and ESPN wanted. They wanted them both back together. Matt Kellerman, got to get out of here. They got rid of Matt's. And of course, they got some rotating people on First Take now. But this Friday, guys, the reunion is happening. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.